What's up, guys? It's Mauricio Palmer. This is episode 2 of the Jockstrap MMA pod. Here with my co-host, Luke Stefankowitz. I'm in Chicago, Illinois at the beautiful Illinois Institute of Technology, and Luke Stefankowitz is
I'm
at
home.
home in Blairstown, some bum town in the middle of nowhere in New
Hey,
Jersey that
lay off.
that
Been
no one cares about.
been beautiful this week, dude. It's like
Marvelous
summer.
week.
It's like summer.
Um, yeah, it's been pretty great so far. Pretty nice spring break.
Pretty good break,
Um,
yeah.
we're leaving for Texas later tonight
What are you
around
guys doing
8
down
p.m.
there?
Um, there's a bunch of beaches where my boy goes to school, so we're gonna go there. We're gonna hit bars there. Um, yeah, it should be
Nice.
pretty chill 3 days. Dude, we have a long ass drive ahead of us though. We're landing in Dallas, and my boy goes to school in Corpus Christi, so we're driving 6 hours from Dallas to Corpus Christi. After we land on the plane, and dude, he's gonna drive. Like he's gonna start driving at like midnight, and then he's gonna drive us back afterwards. I'm like, dude, this guy's actually gonna fall asleep on the way back.
Dude, that
There's no
is
way.
kind of brutal.
Yeah, it's tough for him. Um, also, shout out everyone who's been fucking with the clips from the pod. We appreciate it.
Facts,
Also,
dude.
big
Coda's a
shout out to
dog with the
big
clips.
shout out to Coda Bana. If you don't know him, you should know him. He's a fantastic clip editor. And he's really been grinding out these clips for us. So yeah, big shout out to
Yeah,
him.
he's a dog.
Um, all right, we just gonna dive right into UFC 313 now.
Sounds good to me.
I bet. Let me
Um,
just pull up the card to reference each fight.
yeah.
Um,
So, I mean, the first two fights, to be honest, I didn't really watch. Um,
I
I was
didn't, I didn't, well, I mean, yeah, I didn't start watching until after Marvin Santos, but I
I
heard that
started
both decisions
watching,
were
yeah,
controversial.
yeah, I heard that
Um,
too. I don't have much to say on those two.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, Marvin Santos, like, solid win. I expected a finish in this one, and it didn't happen. So I guess I'm a little disappointed with how he performed, especially against Franklin Marshall. But I started locking into the card when Morono fought Leal,
yeah,
and
dude.
Leal,
Bro,
like I thought
I did not think he was gonna finish him, but like he just completely dominated him.
we both picked decision there. Bad call by us.
Bad call.
Leal absolutely
Dominated.
washed him. So
Dominated. I mean, Morono's like so washed at this point,
yeah, I'm
but
not
like
gonna like.
still like that fashion of a knockout, like just
It's still
complete
very impressive.
domination, still impressive for sure.
Um, I think after that fight, me and my boy went to Buffalo Wild Wings. We like transitioned. So then it was
Yeah. I
Ferrer
got to
Petrosian.
Maximus's house like right at the Morono Leal start.
I thought you were at Jake's. You said that
No,
Jake
then
doesn't have.
so we watched the prelims at Maximus's, and then we went to Jake's for like Van and then the main card. And dude,
Uh-huh.
during the Van fight, literally like it kept going in and out. I had to like rewatch the whole fight like a day later. But
Jesus
we'll get to that
Christ.
fight in a second.
Yeah,
But
all right. Ferrer Petrosian, um, really, really
I
solid
love
performance by
watching
Brio
Ferreira.
Ferreira. Such a fun fighter.
He's such a fun
His
fighter.
hands are crazy. And dude, that was fucking high level jujitsu. Like you don't usually see jujitsu like that at
No, yeah.
185 pounds, I feel like. Um, super clean armbar, super clean setup for the takedowns.
Yeah. I think I
And
had
yeah,
him in my parlay of the week too. I
did you
liked
have
him. His value is
Ferreira?
so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like you should have picked that.
Yeah.
Um, really impressed by him,
Yeah,
especially because
good
like
finish for him.
I thought it was just gonna be like a sloppy knockout if he got the win, which that's usually how, well, not like sloppy, but like like Bruno
Yeah, I know
Ferreira
what you
usually
mean.
just does some crazy shit and then
Yeah.
it ends up knocking people out. But this time, like even if he like lost the first round, which probably he did, like he came back really strong in that second round to get this finish. So good for him. Really big win. Then next
Dude.
we got Vance Saruya.
Josh Van is legit.
He's fucking good.
He's legit, dude.
I think I tweeted this out. Like that's the most complete performance that I've seen from him and maybe ever, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, and that's saying a lot, dude. He's 6-1 in the
His
UFC. He has
takedown
seven
defense
fights,
was unbelievable.
genuinely unmatched. Like,
Like really, really good.
I think what was Saruya like 3 for 20 maybe?
Yeah,
on
I mean, he
takedowns. Like he
shot so
was
much,
not
but
like he just kept shooting and he was not finding anything. Van,
yeah,
I remember saying this when we um did the first episode. I was saying that like Van's gonna come out with some improved takedown defense here. Like I've been hearing really good things about his takedown defense from this camp, and he absolutely delivered on that. So yeah, really good performance from him.
he's
Um,
got to have a ranked fight next.
I I'm surprised he didn't even get ranked from that.
I
It's
know.
the
I'm
craziest
surprised too.
thing.
I mean, Charles Johnson's 15, so
No,
it's like
yeah,
you
the thing
can't
is
bump him
that
over. You can't put Van over Charles Johnson yet because like
the
he
thing
beat him.
I'm where I'm at is like I'm fine with Asakura being unranked until he gets a ranked win.
Yeah,
Like
that's valid.
I I feel like Asakura 14 makes less sense than just having Asakura unranked and being like, yo, like we can't rank this guy until after he gets a ranked win. And then you give him someone like Almabayev or Alex Perez or whoever, and then once Asakura just shits on them because Asakura is a pretty good striker,
Yeah,
then you can have him top 10 or even just wherever the fuck he's in the rankings, like 14 is where he is in the rankings. But like it doesn't really make sense for me to have Van
yeah. I like
unranked.
Josh Van and Bruno Silva next fight
I like that.
because they were
I
supposed to
like that
fight.
when
I'm
they yeah
pretty
that was
sure.
yeah that was the original booking. I like that a
So
lot.
I think that makes sense,
Um, I think Van shits on him.
dude. I
Um,
like Van a lot. Like,
I like Bruno Silva got ranked off a win over Cody Durden, and then Van beat Cody Durden way better than Bruno
yeah.
Silva did. So
I
it's
mean,
like I
yeah.
just I think it goes similar to Silva Cape, honestly. Um, a lot of heavy striking from Van, and then he just gets the job done.
He's just a
Um,
complete fighter too.
yeah.
Like
Um,
all three rounds, he just like dominated the guy. Like,
he just doesn't have a lot of offensive grappling.
no,
Um,
that's fair. But like his
but like
defensive
his
grappling
defensive
was like,
grappling is
yeah,
just so good that it might not even matter at this rate.
yeah,
Um, King Green, Rufy
dude,
starting the main card. We were hyped
dude.
for this fight when we went over it. Um,
I I had a feeling Rufy was gonna get the knockout, but in that fashion and that early, dude,
nuts,
he's
nuts.
legit.
Like
Like,
I think I texted. I was like, I don't know. Like that might be the best knockout. Like since maybe Shara Bullet's double, or it might even
dude,
be
yeah,
better
that might
than
have been
Shara
better.
Bullet's
That might have been
than
better.
double spinning back fist. Um,
That was beautiful.
yeah,
Like, dude, performance of the night, and then, dude, the fighting nerds are like absolutely taking over.
yeah.
Like all
All
four of
all
them
four
are just like
divisions.
so nasty. Crazy, crazy finish. King
Yeah,
Green's getting
this.
to that point where it's like you're kind of just feeding him to the wolves. Like he
Yeah,
takes
I
these
feel like
tough ass fights and like I mean you got to give him credit for stepping in there, but it's like at what point do you start like giving him like better matchups for him? Like
that's what I think they have to do this next. Like they owe it to King Green, in my opinion, to just like be like, all right, you just got knocked out by Rufy.
and
You
it
faced Patty.
brutally knocked out.
You faced Patty. Like at this point, you can just we'll give you not like Jim Miller because he already beat the fuck out of Jim Miller, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, like one of those guys who's like is Clay Guida still around? If maybe
Yeah.
Clay Guida. Or, like I don't
Did he
know. Just
retire? I
like
think he retired after
he
Chase
might have
Hooper.
retired actually.
He might
Um,
have.
but
But I was
yeah,
gonna say, next fight for Rufy, definitely ranked fight. I like the matchup either against I think I could see Grant Dawson or Saint Denis.
Rufy Saint Denis I like a lot,
I like a lot.
but
That would be a hell of
dude,
a fight.
that's rough for Saint Denis. Poirier getting fucked up by Moicano, and then
Yeah.
Rufy is it's like
That is brutal.
it
That is
kind of reminds
brutal.
me of Steve Ersteg, where it's like this prospect that's like they're like climbing so quickly, and then all of a sudden they reach this point, and then they get like checked a little bit, and then they just like keep declining because like they keep getting like hard
Yeah,
matchups,
tough
and it's not
fights.
really
Yeah.
like they
That'd
can't
be
really.
such a good scrap.
It would be. I like the idea of Dawson. Um,
Yeah.
Next fight, Lemos Lucinda.
Bro. I mean, absolute joke.
Lemos won. I picked that, and I think that's basically what won me the pick'ems for this
Dude, genuinely, there wasn't an
this fight.
exciting moment out of that whole fight.
Um, me and my
Like,
boy were laughing at me and my boy were laughing at this when we looked at the stats. Lucinda, I think, landed like zero significant strikes the entire fight. Um,
joke. It's a joke.
Absolute pathetic performance from
Joke.
her, honestly. Um, we that segment got cut out of the last pod because of technical difficulties with my co-host here. But you were really excited about Lucinda going into this fight, and I
Bro,
mean,
she looked
to be fair,
awful, to be honest.
she had some solid scraps before this, but yeah, it's like she just came out the gate and
Yeah.
just shit the bed, really.
Lights were too
Biggest
bright.
opportunity of her career. Lights are
Lights were
too
too
bright.
bright for her. It's fine.
Couldn't handle a top five matchup. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, moving
I mean,
past that fight to
yeah,
a
we
fight
don't
that
really
actually
need to
matters.
discuss that a lot. Like, nothing really happened.
A fight that matters. Dude, Jalen
Dude.
Turner Bahamondes.
Bahamondes. I have him and Rufy at like the same prospect level. Maybe Bahamondes like a little
I
bit
think
higher
Bahamondes
because
is
he's
just
had
like a
some,
slight bit.
yeah, slightly better.
I think his grappling is just.
His
Um,
grappling, I didn't think he had that good of grappling going in. Like
I didn't either. I did not.
I didn't think it was
Sub
that
was not on
good.
my radar. Sub was not on my radar at all.
No.
And I thought
Round one, two.
once it went to the ground, I thought Jalen. This is like where Jalen Turner thrives because Jalen Turner has like the submission threat. But dude, Bahamondes actually, he
Dude,
really impressed me with
he
that.
is
That
nice.
notching that triangle choke with that fashion was nuts.
Him having
Really, really
Bilal in his
impressive.
corner, I think is like I like that a lot for him.
Yeah. Um, that's only gonna help him improve his grappling if he keeps training
For
with
sure.
Bilal. So,
Dude,
I think
I
the
was gonna
sky's the limit
say
for that kid.
after the fight, I was like, well, after the card, I was like, all right, Bahamondes versus Fiziev would make perfect sense. But now that Fiziev is potentially going to featherweight, that might be off the table. But dude, he's got to get a good like. He looked
I feel like
unbelievable.
maybe Dariush.
Dariush,
Um,
yeah, I could
I
see
feel like
that.
I could see Gamrot.
Moicano,
I could also see more. I feel like that 8, 9, 10 range. Those are all really good fights for Bahamondes to target
yeah, I
next.
agree.
Um,
But it has to be someone up there because that was
yeah.
unbelievable
I mean,
performance.
he's 15 now. He's got to get that next
Made
jump.
Jalen Turner retire.
Retire. Yeah.
Is that legit?
He posted on Instagram about it. He was like, he is at least taking a break. He
Yeah,
said, "We'll see what the future holds," because he's still 29. But
yeah.
yeah,
He
we're
didn't
probably
seem
not
in
going to see
like
Jalen
in the
Turner for a
right
while.
headspace recently.
Yeah, he said he's been battling with the decision since UFC 300. In the like post fight interview that he
Yeah,
did
dude,
with
that fight messed him up.
So yeah,
I mean, makes sense, but like, dude.
I mean, dude, that's like a demoralizing. Like not the
Oh,
Bahamas one. Like the just
oh
you
yeah, yeah.
have the guy on the canvas, and then
Knocked
you end
him
up getting.
down.
Yeah,
Like,
like
could
he's
finish the
literally
fight.
like as if you just get on top of him and just start pounding him, like you literally ground and pound ends the fight there, and then he just let him up, and then the guy knocks him out in the next round. Like that's got to be demoralizing, especially when you see how Moicano's career has gone since then, and how your career has gone since then.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
total different
Moicano,
trajectories.
Moicano after that he beats Saint Denis, and then he gets a title shot, and you just lose to Ignacio Bahamondes in your next fight, and it's like, dude, like
Yeah,
tough scenes for him.
yeah, tough. And then
Gaethje
co-main,
Fiziev, co-main,
great performance by Gaethje. I didn't really expect
incredible.
anything different. Um, but
Um,
honestly, I can start to see Gaethje like
Fading. I was about to say
fading.
that. Like Gaethje,
Like, dude, he looked extremely gassed at the end of the third. Like, I know
like
he was
I.
never really like a 5 round fighter. Like, he would always finish or get finished like early.
Mhm,
But dude, he looked so gassed at the end of the third. It makes sense why Fiziev it was short notice, hasn't fought in a while, but like
yeah,
both guys were like barely. They were like holding on to each other, just swinging away. Which
yeah.
I mean, it was a good fight nonetheless. Fight of the night.
Like he tried to he even tried to like let his hands go towards the end, but like he literally just did not have the energy
Yeah,
to
dude,
do
he
it.
was gassed. I don't. And
He was
honestly, them talking
exhausted.
about him versus Islam, I don't want that.
No,
I don't
I
want
mean
that at
like
all. He's gonna get embarrassed.
hypothetically, he deserves it,
No,
Do
obviously.
I, as a fan, want to see it? No.
No.
No, I have no interest in seeing that because Islam is going to win that fight, and it's only a matter of whether he finishes it or whether he drags it to a decision.
No,
That's literally it.
he's
And
not making it to a decision.
he's gonna get subbed probably,
So
realistically.
sub round 1 or 2. I don't
Um,
want to see that. I really don't. But
um,
like, if you don't give him a title shot, what do you give him?
the thing is, I think rebooking Hooker's perfect. And
Yeah,
like I know,
okay, that makes sense.
I guess Gaethje doesn't want to hear that because like it's like I was already supposed to fight this guy. Like why am I getting rebooked? But like, dude, it's like this is the fight, man. This is what we need to see. This is
Yeah,
this is like one of there's like certain fights that are like they're just like staring at you like so obviously like this is the fucking fight. I felt this way about O'Malley Sandhagen. Like I thought that fight was just like
yeah,
it's so like it's staring at you like this is the fucking fight. You have to book this, and they didn't book that, so it's like whatever, what the fuck. But like I think Gaethje Hooker is one of those fights where it's just like so blatantly obvious that this is the fight for both dudes, and they have to try and rebook that if they can. Um, you touched on it a little bit earlier. Fiziev 145 potentially. He announced on the MMA Hour. I
yeah. I
really
could
like
see
that
that.
idea.
I'm
I
kind of
really
surprised. I
like that
thought,
idea.
yeah, I feel like that weight cut might be like a little tough for him.
It's the thing. The thing is that he said in that interview that I mean, short notice, he makes the weight, and he said it wasn't a hard cut for him. Like
Yeah, so maybe,
his nutritionist had to like help him gain weight. He said before the fight.
yeah, so
So
maybe
like
featherweight's a good jump for him.
I think if he can make weight short notice like that at lightweight, I think preparing himself for featherweight would be not not an issue for him. And then
Dude, main event,
I
I
like
don't
this.
even want to.
I think there's a lot of interesting matchups for him
Oh yeah, for
at
physio,
featherweight if he
dude.
goes.
There's a lot of
Arnold
good
Allen,
potential. Arnold
dude.
Allen,
Josh Emmett.
um, Josh Emmett, Sterling. I don't really like that matchup for him.
Oh no, that's just a grappling matchup. I still think they need to book Sterling Ortega. If they,
Dude, I forgot about Sterling. I'm not gonna lie.
I also think. I mean, it's debatable. I kind of thought Sterling won there. The flight against Abloyev.
Does Giga
He's
Chikadze have
still
a
there. I just feel like
does he have a
Faziev's too
fight
good.
booked or no?
No, hold on. It actually might be against Kyle Nelson. Wait, we get Chikadze next fight. David Onama. Wow. Okay.
When?
Hill Roundtree, UFC Kansas City.
Okay. I like Onama in that one, I'm not gonna lie.
I do too. I don't really think Chikadze is all that. I never really thought he
Yeah.
was all that. But
Yeah.
like there's a lot of now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of need to see Arnold Allen, Rafael Fiziev.
That'd be a good one. Dude, I love Arnold Allen.
He's
Or am
fantastic.
I under it? Yeah.
His fight against Holloway was great.
Yeah. All right, I think it's time.
Main event. We got to talk about it. It happened. No one's happy
I,
about it.
that was
Okay, hold on. How'd you
it
score it?
was one of the worst main event watches I've had in a while. Probably
How'd you
since
score it?
probably since Sean. So I had round one, I had Pereira.
I agree.
I had round two, Ankalaev.
Correct.
Round three, that was a toss up for me.
I had Pereira in that one.
Dude, I don't know.
Like I wasn't like it wasn't like one of those where I was like
No,
super clear Pereira
it
like at
wasn't
all, but
super
like
clear Pereira,
I edged it Pereira.
but then 4 and 5 definitely Ankalaev for me.
I edged five ankle. Like I actually thought Pereira won 135 when I on my first watch. But I wasn't mad at the Ankalaev decision at
I
all.
definitely had Ankalaev winning. Like no bias, I
Yeah,
had him winning. Sadly, it should have been a split decision.
that's fair.
49
49
46
46. A
Ankalaev
bad card.
was
That is a bad card. Very bad card.
I don't
Um,
like awful watch, by the way.
oh no, it was
Dude, the
horrendous.
whole entire fight, Maximus and I were saying that Pereira must have broke his hand.
Dude, he was
Dude,
so scared to let his hands
he didn't
go.
throw at all. He literally
So
didn't
scared
throw
to
a
let his
punch
hands
like
go.
at all. Just
He
leg
just
kicks.
kept throwing kicks. And like we said in the preview to this fight, like leg kicks are going to be crucial for Pereira to win this fight. And they were. Like
Yeah.
that's what kept him in the fight. Like you could see Ankalaev's leg was swelling up. Like he's not good at checking leg kicks reliably. So yes, that is a good
Dude,
part of
it
the
makes
game,
me
but he
sick
has
though.
to mix them up with punches. You
Yeah,
can't just rely on you can't just leg kick your way to a
no.
decision.
But he hasn't in all of his recent fights.
Yes,
He hasn't looked like that at all.
he usually like against Roundtree. Against Roundtree, once it got to those like championship rounds, he just let his hands go.
Dude, I don't
And
know
he
what
just
he was
didn't do that
doing.
against Ankalaev. I don't get it. I don't really get what his approach was going
Um,
in. I think he was too afraid of the wrestling, but also, dude,
but
I
dude,
told
0 for
I mentioned this.
11.
I literally said this exact shit last pod when we were previewing this fight. I said Ankalaev is a shit wrestler. Watch. He is not going to do shit on the ground. And I was right. 0 for 11. They gave him the win based on fucking clinch control. That is pathetic.
That
Pathetic.
was that's a pathetic win for an Anu. Unanimous Anu. That was a pathetic performance from Ankalaev for that. You know, like
It's not even
if it's a
it's not even like
unanimous
Marab.
Anu, I want to see like a Bilal, like where Bilal just dominated Leon. Like there was no if and or buts. Like dominated Leon.
It's not even
Marab
like Marab. Yeah,
dominated.
like where dominate. Like obviously it was a tough watch because like I mean
Pereira just didn't
like
look himself. He
O'Malley just
didn't
got
look like
shit
the
on. But
Pereira
like
we've seen.
yeah, I just don't like I feel like a rematch makes sense with how close it was. But the thing is, if he doesn't come to this rematch with a new approach, I don't know if anything changes. Because
Yeah, I think a rematch has to happen. It was way too close of a fight. Like,
I just yeah, I think it makes
and
more
it's
sense
it's
than
not like
any
I
fight.
don't know. I don't think. I mean,
There's no contenders.
Yuri,
Yuri, I
Ankalaev could
guess.
work. But it's like, dude, how do you give him Yuri when Pereira shit on
Olberg,
Yuri twice?
Olberg if he beats Jan.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sold on
Jan
Olberg.
Jan if he beats Olberg as well.
I'm not sold on
Also,
Olberg.
his fight against Ozdemir, like it was a solid win, like a decision.
But it
I
wasn't
I
like,
thought like if he was, I thought if Olberg was the Olberg who I thought he was going to be, he was going to get a finish somehow. So, um, I could see Jan winning that, and if Jan wins that, I could also see him earning a title shot there too.
dude, that was a
So
brutal watch. Like, genuinely had me in a bad mood for like 3 days. I lost a ton of
horrendous.
money. It
Oh
was a
yeah,
shit card, like shit main event.
I emptied my flip balance on that too.
Like, ugh,
Um, just really terrible all around,
I
and
don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like,
yeah.
it was.
So back to Rufy
I
fighting nerds
think,
taking
I think
over.
it's only right.
Official
Yeah, it's only right to
follow up
give
with our
our
official.
official Fighting Nerds rankings.
All right,
Um, I can lead off here.
all right.
I know he still hasn't got that like prove it win, but my number one's got to be Carlos Prates right now.
Okay.
It's kind of biased, like he's definitely my favorite by far. Smoking a cig in the crowd after Rufy's win. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely baller. Like that's so sick, but he's definitely number one for me. Kind of biased, but kind of like also like he's a killer. Like I think he beats Jeff Neal. Um,
hmm
he's my one. What about you? Or should I just go one through five, four? Or
Just drop 1 through 4, and
all
then
right, wait.
I drop my 1 through 4.
Number two, dude. After that knockout, it might be. I think it's got to be Mauricio Rufy.
Woo,
Dude, he
woo.
looked legit. Like
Wow.
that's a legit knockout. Like Gene hasn't really had that like knockout yet. Like he's had knockouts, but like Rufy beating Bobby Green. Bobby Green was ranked 15, right? Or no? Was he ranked?
Wait, Bobby Green? No, not there.
He wasn't ranked. Okay, but like still like right outside the rankings. Rufy's win kind of puts him like, all right, he's a legit lightweight contender. He's definitely getting a ranked fight next. I gotta go Rufy too. Three,
Okay.
Gene Silva. Rufy and Gene are like in. I could put them either or. Um, I'm gonna go Gene Silva 3, and then Kaio 4.
Is this like in terms of like skill or potential, or like where they are right now?
It's kind of a mix.
I guess.
Like,
because like obviously Kyle's the highest ranked out of them,
yeah, but like I
but
think
I don't think
potential.
I think
Those
yeah
three
I
guys have
agree
more
that
potential than
I can
him.
agree with Kyle for
I
I
mean,
don't think
Kyle's still
Kyle's
nasty,
like
like
he's
really
good as
good.
shit, like he's gonna be top five for a while. I don't think he's ever gonna touch a belt. I think he'll probably get a title shot at some point, but I don't think in terms of like the potential, I don't think his game is as well rounded as the other three. Um, because I think if he was as well rounded as the other three, middleweight would be a joke to him. Like that division is not like outside of like Kamzat. Like I think if he did have the skill set that like a Gene Silva or a Carlos Prates had, like he'd run through middleweight with ease.
Yeah,
Which I mean, I guess he hasn't not like he's beaten everyone who's been put in front of him, but still. Back to my rankings. I'm gonna go G. I'm still sticking Gene one, dude. Like, dude, beating Jourdain and then Dober on a week's notice at a weight class up, back to back knockouts. Wait, that was yeah, back to back knockouts. Nuts, dude. Like I've not seen a single one of them do anything as impressive as that was. And I mean, they booked him against Bagadari, and again, I thought that fight was a joke when it was booked. I thought that shouldn't have been booked at all. But I thought it was a waste of time for Gene, and then Gene still shit on Bagadarian because of course he did. He's too good for that shit. He's gonna fight Bryce Mitchell,
I can,
and
dude. He's
like I
gonna
said in the
knock the
last pod,
fuck out of him.
he's killing Bryce Mitchell. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. When Gene Silva first came in, I did not want him to be good. Um, I I thought his whole gimmick with you remember when he like came out and like he was like wearing like a dog collar or some stupid shit like that? Like I guess like Weston Wilson. I don't know if you
Did he
remember, but like he
really?
came out. Yeah, he came out and he was doing some corny ass shit against
Yeah,
Weston Wilson,
he's corny.
and
Like he is
I was
corny.
like, dude, I really want like when he was fighting Charles Jourdain, I'm like, dude, I really want Charles Jourdain to win this by like a decision or something, and he just didn't. Like Gene Silva just knocked him out, knocked out like, dude, he's the real deal,
Yeah,
and he's gonna be a problem at 145 for a very long time. Um, After that, I'm gonna go Prates. I think um, spot on with Prates about beating Jeff Neal. Um, we'll see how it happens. Probably a knockout. Maybe early, maybe in the later stages. Could end up going similar to Shavkat Jeff Neal, where Jeff Neal puts up a really solid fight for the first two rounds, and then by round three, Prates just lands the shot that he needs to get him out of there. Um, but I think yeah, once beats Jeff Neal, a world of possibilities opens up for Carlos Prates. That opens him up to a lot of top 10 fights, maybe a title shot within the next two fights. So um, yeah, it really hinges on that. But I still think that Prates' striking is just really whether or not the grappling is there for him, which we haven't really seen it tested all that much. I don't think he's even had to land a takedown. He's just been knocking everyone out um, that he's faced. I mean, dude, Charles Radke's what was it? The the liver shot, dude, that was nuts.
yeah, it was nasty.
Um,
I
I always,
love
dude, I
Radke, by
love
the way.
seeing Radke.
Remember his one post-fight interview?
Dude, that was nuts.
Those
Same card.
jokes.
That was the same card. That was the same card that Manel Cape was screaming
Yeah,
slurs at the crowd. Yeah,
yeah.
Jesus, dude, Australia gets people fucking going. Um, but what else was I gonna say? Oh, dude, I love the edits of Prates where he's like on the cage and he's just like sipping a bottle of
Dude, he's
Hennessy, dude.
so gangster.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, then Rufy after that KO. I mean, like it's really just I need to see how he does against like better comp because like again like King Green he was ranked like last year, so like this time last year this would have been better. But like, come on, like
Yeah.
realistically, it's King Green. Like I need to see how Rufy does against like again any one of those names that I mentioned, Benil, Gamrot, Moicano, any one of those three. If he gets like a finish win over them, or even like a pretty wide decision over them, I'm like, okay, Rufy's the real deal. Maybe he can start moving up, but I still think he's three right now. And then Kyle, like he's the most proven out of the four, but I just don't
Dude, it's
think that
crazy to me.
I think like he has like the highest floor, I guess, because like he's achieved the most, but I think his potential is also the most capped. Like I don't think he's gonna get much better than he is right now, and I think the sky's the limit for the rest of them. So
That's
I
what
guess
I'm
that's what
thinking.
I'm
Like,
doing.
it's crazy how we rank him fourth and he's sixth rank right now in the middleweight. And like
Yeah,
Prates is what, like 13, I think? Or
maybe
12, 13?
12. Hold on.
Gene
UFC
Silva's not even
rankings.
ranked.
No, he's not even ranked. Neither of
Roofy's not even
Roofy's not
ranked.
even ranked.
And
Yeah,
we put those guys like that just shows the potential of fighting nerds.
13.
13.
Right below
So,
Michael Morales. Michael
dude,
Morales.
Michael
That's a name.
Morales is a
That's a name who needs a fight soon.
dog. No, he's fighting Gilbert
Actually,
Burns.
oh shit, I forgot about that fight. I love that fight for him.
315 or 314?
Believe 314.
Dude,
If
314
that's
is
Miami, right?
314 is a banger card.
Yeah, 314.
Banger card.
Yeah, that's
Um,
gonna be great. Um, but yeah, finalized Fighting Nerds rankings for now. Will probably be updated once um
I
one of
mean,
them wins a
Silva's
fight.
fighting
Cause
314.
yeah,
He
when is
knocks out
Prates?
Bryce Mitchell.
When is Prates Neil
Prates
314?
is on 314 too.
Yeah, so
So,
that could change. That could
yeah,
change
we
the
might have
rankings a
to
lot.
come back
We
to
might have
that.
to update, but yeah. Um, touch on it a little bit. Jalen Turner retiring, kind of shocking.
Yeah,
Um,
I honestly feel like it's kind of a situation where he's got to get his head clear, step away
yeah.
for like a year, year and a half. Um, I don't think he's done for good.
You
It
think he fights
just,
in the UFC again?
I think he does. Not soon,
Yeah,
but definitely down the road. I mean, he's so young. Like,
that's fair.
like these guys fight for a while. I feel like it's too early for him to just call it quits. You never know though. Like, maybe
I
it's
don't
not
know.
his
I mean, I
thing.
feel like maybe it's one of those situations where he's just like broken. He like just like broken beyond repair. Like, dude, I said I mentioned this earlier, but like, dude, that Moicano loss is like that's one of
Yeah,
those things that can
it's
like break a
unfortunate.
fighter.
Yeah,
I
it's
really don't.
unfortunate.
I really don't know. Like, I feel like maybe if money gets tight at some point, he'll be like, um, what the hell? Okay. Um, yeah, at some point, if money gets tight, maybe he decides like he needs to come back to fight. But I don't know. I also don't know if I have much interest in seeing him fight because, like, again, you mentioned it. Like, it feels like his head's just not in the right space for it right now.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I
you
don't
don't
know
want
if
to
he
see a
comes
guy
back
like
like that.
that just get knocked out like again. Like,
Yeah,
you don't want to see that. You don't want to see him come back too soon, and then he's like, just yeah. I don't think it's the right thing. Like, I think it's the right move right now, maybe, to like take a step back. But I don't know if like fully retiring right now is what he'll like finally decide on. But yeah, we'll see.
and then touching on some other storylines that we should mention from this card, we got Gaethje, 14 fights, 14 bonuses, UFC. My co-host found that
He's
stat incredible.
dude. He's your
No
favorite
notes.
fighter's favorite fighter.
Exactly.
Like, how can
Um,
you not like him? Like,
everyone loves Justin Gaethje.
it is
Dude,
sad
he
though to
just
see
puts
kind of
up.
his gas tank. Like,
I think,
it's
yeah,
definitely declining.
he's
Um,
declining just a slight bit. It's not like he's not washed. Justin
no,
Gaethje's not washed, but like it's just like a
but
he was at like this level and he's just like dipped slightly down to here. Like it's
yeah,
just a gradual drop off after that Holloway fight.
yeah,
I mean, obviously you love to see Gaethje in the win column always.
for sure.
Fiziev in the losing column is dude, that's like
Dude,
three fight.
he's
Why
taking some
that's why I
losses.
that's why I like featherweight because I feel like it opens up more possibilities for him than lightweight did. Because like, dude, I feel like they were just Fiziev is another example of like Saint Denis and Urseg where like they're just these prospects. Should they get pushed into these fights too early and then they reach a point where they're not ready for it and then they just like drop way off because like they go on these like 3 fight losing streaks because they're just facing guys who just they've been there, they've done this before. Like
Yeah,
Pantoja, Kai Kara, and I'm praying Urseg wins against Moreno, but if he doesn't, like dude, it's Brandon Moreno. Like what are you gonna that's the second best flyweight in the
dude,
world probably. So
I hate how recently in flyweight, Pantoja, they gave Urseg and Asakura way too early title shots.
yeah,
Then it
I
kind
feel
of like
like
stunts their growth.
I feel like the matchmaking in flyweight is just instead of like it's not like based off merit necessarily. I think it's more like we like how this guy fights and we want to put him against Panto. It's not like this guy beat this guy, so he deserves to fight for the title next. It's this guy has fun fights. We're gonna put him against Pantoja, and it's like, all right, like,
Yeah.
like obviously, like again, Urseg it was a really fun fight, so I guess it worked in that case. Asakura, I mean, he had a solid first round, but like he just also wasn't ready for it.
Yeah,
Like
you could just
Pantoja's
see the
grappling is
difference in skill.
too sharp.
Yeah,
Um, Pantoja's also criminally underrated in pound for pound discussions, but we can also talk about that in a later pod probably. We'll probably do a closing segment for one of our pods about our like finalized
yeah,
personal top 15 pound for pounds. Um, but yeah, Gaethje 14 for 14. Love to see it. Made a made a killing off of those bonuses. Not
yeah,
even counting the salary, so
yeah,
probably a millionaire off bonuses alone at this point.
yeah.
Um,
We kind of
all
discussed
right.
already, like Pereira, Ankalaev.
What's next for them? Oh, we didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, like rematch
I think the
Pereira.
rematch
Um,
it makes sense.
if he doesn't get the rematch, maybe it's dude.
Heavyweight.
Maybe it's just heavyweight. Yeah, at that point, I just like I don't really see, and I'm not. I don't necessarily want to see Pereira heavyweight, but I'm just like
I
I'm
saw
looking at this
something
division and I'm
people.
like,
I saw someone say like this is the UFC's chance. Like when he lost to Izzy, then he bumped up to light heavyweight,
yeah,
and then now like losing to Ankalaev, now he's gonna bump up. Like they give him one loss
division
in the
before
division, and then he gets bumped. So
maybe.
that might make
I
sense.
mean, I feel like that like that expands his UFC lifespan for sure. Just because,
Yeah,
dude, heavyweight is so bad.
dude, he
Like I
would
feel like
destroy. I kind of like if he
Pavlovich,
stays in light heavyweight, to be honest.
you like it.
I hope he does, yeah.
The thing is, I
Because
just don't
there's
know when
just more
fights are
fights I feel
available.
like he still could. Like, I think he deserves a rematch. Um, I
Like
think,
outside of a rematch against Jan Blachowicz, I don't really think I want to see any of these fights again.
yeah, Olberg in the
If
future.
Olberg beats Jan, then sure,
Like,
I could see that.
if he say Pereira beats Ankalaev rematch,
Hmm.
Olberg, Pereira. I don't know. I mean, I don't love the idea of Pereira at heavyweight. Like, dude, if he's not fighting Aspinall or Jones, it's a joke. Like any of
I
those fights are jokes. Can you
I could get
imagine
behind.
Alex Pereira versus Derek Lewis?
Oh, that's not happening. I mean, I could imagine him against like Pavlovich or Volkov. I could get behind Cirogan Alex Pereira. I could get behind it.
I could.
I wouldn't love it. I could get
Yeah.
behind it. Um, but yeah,
I just
I
feel
don't
like
know.
there's more competition for him in light
Pereira's in a
heavyweight.
weird spot where he's not the champion, yet he's cleared out everyone in the division. So it's there's really nothing that makes sense for him other than a rematch at this point, in my opinion. I think it makes sense for both fighters. Um, Ankalaev still has a lot of fighters in this division that he has to beat. Um, so like there's a lot more possibilities for him. But for Pereira, I think if he doesn't win the belt, then
Yeah.
like he's gotta.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are your uh
Um,
what are your thoughts on this week's card?
all right, we're moving into the preview
Absolute
picks.
dumpster fire.
Terrible card. Um,
Bad.
straight trash.
Like this one might
Very
be worse
forgettable.
than Cape Almabayev.
Honestly, probably. Um, which is disappointing because me and my boys were hoping we'd get to watch some solid fights. We're probably still gonna end up watching them just because like it's something to do,
It is,
like
yeah.
in Texas. But like it's not really like these aren't good, at all. I guess we can start with the first fight on the card. Like I don't know. I don't even want to
Do you have your
pick
picks or no?
this. Yeah, I do. Do
So,
you?
yeah, I do.
All right. I don't know, man. Carly Judas,
Three and
um,
two.
against Dubin, and the thing is that she's like minus 390, so I'm assuming that this Dubin person is not really good at all. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna act like I've watched, but I'm just gonna lean Judas decision because that's usually how these fights go. I'm gonna maybe Vegas knows something that I don't. Vegas probably does. They probably got some They probably got some like 20-year-old unpaid intern at DraftKings who's just like sitting there watching fights of fucking Yunieski Dubin to place odds on this shit fight because no
So
one else is gonna fucking do that.
so low key, I got Dubin here by round 2 KO.
Wow.
I don't. I mean, I didn't look too much in depth on both these chicks, but like she had a KO round 1 in Dana White's Contender Series
Yeah.
against Shannon Clark. Not a bad KO. Like,
Yeah.
What did Judas do? Like, she's 3-2. She doesn't really like. I don't know.
It's not really.
I mean, this
Um,
fight, like, I have like. She's coming off 2 losses, Judas. Um, I'm gonna go Dubin KO. I'm throwing it out there. I need a win for our pick'ems, and why not throw a little bone?
I mean, yeah, fuck it. You might as well.
Might
Might
as
as
well.
well.
Probably gonna come back and
Differ
haunt me
here.
when Judas
Um,
just ragdolls her for 3 rounds. But
okay. Then I have a lot of decisions here now that I'm realizing it. Next one, Nunes, Cachoeira. I got Nunes decision here.
I got Nunes decision
Um,
as well.
Priscilla Cachoeira sucks.
Yeah, I mean both fighters
Dude,
are bad.
I mean Josie and Nunes. Dude, I will never forget when I bet on I think I threw it in a parlay. It was Josie and Nunes, Chelsea Chandler. And Chelsea Chandler, one of the worst fighters I have ever had the displeasure of watching in my life. And she cannot make 130. She is fat. She is legitimately fat. She fights at bantamweight and she has never made 135 in her life. Fat.
Yeah, I mean
Anyways,
those 2 fights to start off the card. I don't
brutal.
think you could pay me to watch.
I probably am not
Won't
going to
watch.
watch either of these. Like once you get to this next flyweight bout, then you can start talking me into watching that. But I'm not like Josie and Nunes, Prasad Katra. My thing is really that motivates me here is that Priscilla Cachoeira. Do you remember when she fought what's her face?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't
Uh
followed her like at all.
no, but like I don't know, you probably like it's a really her first UFC fight against Valentina Shevchenko. Do you know Mario Yamasaki?
Who?
Mario Yamasaki.
No.
So he's this ref in the UFC. He used to ref like a brick ago, like 6 years ago maybe. He was refing this fight. He got banned from the UFC after this fight. Valentina Shevchenko was beating Cachoeira so fucking badly that like the guy would not stop the fight. He refused to stop the fight until Shevchenko subbed her. And then Dana White afterwards said that guy's never refing in the UFC ever again. That's how bad the fucking beating was. So that's all I know about Priscilla Cachoeira.
Yeah,
And based off that, I do not need to see any more. I'm just gonna lean Josie and Nunes
decision. Me too.
decision here because I don't think Nunes is that good, but
Yeah,
I think she can beat Priscilla fucking Cachoeira. So
yeah,
that's what I'm going with that.
yeah.
Next, Andre Lima against who was it again?
Perez.
Barres. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
Dominic
Lima
Barres.
decision.
Me too. Lima. I
Um,
actually like Lima. I think he's got
Lima's
some
a pretty solid
potential.
fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a good fighter.
good prospect. Um, he's obviously not at the level of like even close to being ranked, but I mean,
He looked good against
if he can pick up
Dos
a
Santos. Felipe Dos Santos.
yeah,
He
that's
had a good
right.
fight against him. Um,
Um, that is this is actually kind of a step down for him now that I'm looking at it.
yeah, it is, but I feel like he'll have a good win. I like him by decision as well.
Um, yeah, yeah, I agree.
Another chick
Should
fight
be
after this too, right?
yeah, Luciano Sam Hughes. I'm just I'm gonna lean Luciano decision
Me
just
too. I got
because
Luciano decision.
Hughes is just bad.
Awful. And
She is
she
bad.
fights often too.
I mean, yeah, like I guess she just needs to get paid. So like, yeah, but
Awful
like,
though.
dude,
Like
she's a bad fighter,
bad.
straight up terrible fighter. Um,
Yeah.
so I mean, there's really not much to say. Like, I'm not gonna act like Stephanie Luciano is like this crazy good fighter, but like, I just know that, dude, Sam Hughes is bad, and that's my logic going into this. What was her last fight? I remember. I
Hughes
feel like
or
it was against Mexico. It was in the Mexico card, I think. Right?
Luciano or
Yeah, she lost to Yasmin. Oh wait, no. Oh no. She actually got a win in her last fight. Oh my God, I forgot about this fight. Victoria Dudakova. Jesus Christ. How do you lose to Sam Hughes? Dude, you remember when Dudakova pushed her coach?
yeah, dude, that's such a random moment. What the hell?
She is also a terrible fighter as well. So I'm not gonna put too much stock into that. But
Yeah,
wow.
that fight is. I mean,
Um,
probably
yeah.
not gonna tune in for those first four. I'm not gonna lie.
I think well, I mean, it depends on what I'm doing, but I think maybe watch Lima
Yeah,
and
possibly.
that's maybe it.
Like you said,
Um,
depends what you're doing.
yeah. It's a feel it out type situation. This one, I mean, I'm not really sure what to expect, to be honest with you. Um, uh, Carlos Vera, Josias Musasa.
Dude, do you see the odds on this one?
It's like -9 whatever for Musasa, right?
Dude, Musasa is like minus 800.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think he can knock. I don't think he could knock out Vera. I think Vera is underrated in this situation. I'm not gonna pick him, but I think it's gonna be a closer fight than the odds. Um, I like Musasa by decision. Uh, I don't really know what to expect from this fight. I know Vera's last fight. Um, who did he fight?
Rinya.
Yeah, I mean Nakamura is a good fighter. Like that's a tough decision loss.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to judge this fight because like both have so little experience in UFC.
hmm
Um, I'm gonna go Musasa by decision though.
Uh, I agree with everything that you said except decision. I'm gonna go KO round one. I think
Round
Musasa. I
one.
mean, he's 8-0. None of those fights are in the UFC, but seven of his wins have been knockouts, and obviously they're against probably like some shitty regional fighters, but like still, he has knockout power
Yeah,
at that weight class. And I think Carlos Vera is probably going to be outmatched. I mean, I'm going to pick round one. Probably won't be round one. It could be in any other rounds, really. But I think um, I'm just going to pick up an easy 2 points with Masase by KO. And if he gets round one, three-peat for me. Let's pick up a win. Let's get back to 500 because none of us are at 500.
no, dude,
These
I need a
pickups have
win
been
badly.
fucking us. Yeah, if you get a win, you even up with me.
I need
Um,
one bad.
if Maximus gets a win, he evens up with me.
I
If
don't
I
know
get
if
a
this is
win,
the card to get a win though. I'm not gonna
y'all are
lie.
pulling away. I'm pulling away from y'all, so it's good for me. Stu Young Yu, AJ Cunningham. Uh, don't really know what to expect with this fight.
Yeah, I got Su Young Yu by decision.
That's fair. That's definitely fair. Um, uh, I think I want to
Cunningham's
go
not
KO.
that good.
I think I want to go KO
Su
for Stu
Young,
Young Yu. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm just gonna. I don't think I don't think Cunningham's good at all. So like, I think Stu Young Yu can get. I mean, he looked good in that one China fight.
dude. Did you
Against
see
Yolisi.
Ludovic Klein's KO on Cunningham
Um,
like a
I did
year
not.
ago,
I don't think I did.
dude? Just beat the shit out of him. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
tough fight for Cunningham. Why'd they give him?
Ludovic. Dude, Ludovic Klein is a tough fight
Yeah,
for
why'd they
anyone.
give him Klein? I don't know.
Who is? Hold on. Who is Ludovic Klein facing next? Next fight. I think he has a good fight next, right?
I'm saying.
Am I tweaking? Does Ludovic Klein have a fight
I
next
don't
year?
know if he does.
Fuck, maybe he doesn't. Nothing's coming up, but he needs a good fight. He needs a good fight next. He's dangerous. I like him a lot. Um, anyways, got sidetracked a lot. This is also at bantamweight, which is wait, hold on. What does AJ Cunningham usually fight at? He fights at lightweight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait. This fight's
that get
at bantamweight?
it says bantamweight bout here. This gives me all the reason in the world to pick Su Young Yu, actually. There's no way that Cunningham can drop two weight classes and be
What?
and he can't drop two weight classes and still be fine. That's just not happening. He was
Jeez.
supposed to be Cunningham was supposed to be um hold on. I'm gonna check Tapology. No. Ludovic Klein does not have a fight booked. He needs to have a fight booked though. But he was supposed to have a fight against Morgan Charrier at featherweight.
That
And
would
then
be a
now he's dropping down
banger.
to no, not Klein. I'm talking about Cunningham.
Oh.
Yeah, and now he's dropping down to bantamweight against
Okay.
Su Young Yu, bro. This is so weird.
Yeah, I got Su Young Yu decision.
Um, yeah, it's fair. Uh,
I
yeah.
just don't know if Su Young Yu has that power yet. Like, I haven't really seen it.
I'm gonna go KO round
Yeah.
two. Dude, I never want to get into the habit of picking too many round twos because I feel like I do it a lot.
Same.
Um,
Dude, I feel like I'm picking
it's
round
just
two all the time.
because it's the perfect round.
It's the
It's like
perfect round.
it's not it's not too early in the fight where it's like okay,
Yeah, he's
round
not gonna
one,
get him
like
out in round one.
you've got to like if you're picking round one, you've got to be like
A killer.
you're like pushing your chips all in. You're like, okay, this is happening. He's getting a fucking finish, and it's happening here. But if you go round three, it's like at that point, why is it not just a decision? You know,
Yeah,
it's like round two is like that perfect.
perfect in the
I feel like I
middle.
pick round two too often, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's gonna happen in round two. So I'm gonna take you round two. Here we go.
Next fight, I'm honestly sneakily looking forward to.
I'm sneakily looking forward to it because
Span makes
I'm
the head
expecting
jump
an
up to heavyweight.
I'm expecting a certain outcome, and I want to see that outcome happen
Me
badly.
too.
So
Me too.
let's see what you pick. Let's
All
see
right.
what you pick, and then
Okay.
we'll see if we're on the
I
same page
kind
here.
of feel sneakily good about this. I got Ryan Span by sub round three. Don't don't tell me you have the
I got
same thing.
I got sub just round one instead. I
Oh,
think,
round one. Okay. I think
dude,
Cortez Acosta is I mean he's not good in by any means, but I don't think he gets finished first round. I think Span takes a few rounds, takes the first two rounds to kind of like just go back and forth, and then just like sneakily catches him, subs him round three. Big win for the underdog. I like Span's value. Plus
if we're
145.
I don't know. Are we doing I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna bet on this.
I have a
If we want
parlay.
to do
I have
parlays
a
of the week,
parlay of the week. I
we're
already
cooking a
have one.
parlay of the week. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll cook one after you make yours. But
All right.
if I do, Span is definitely going in. That plus
Yeah,
140
I don't
value for
have him
Ryan
in.
Span is
I
insane.
don't have him in
Plus,
just because it's
what
like
I'm not. I don't
because I
even
could
feel like it's
totally
dicey.
see
I don't even feel like it's dicey.
Cortez
I mean, like,
Acosta winning by
I
decision though.
guess theoretically, Cortez Acosta could win a decision.
Yeah.
Like hypothetically, you know that one clip of what Jalen Hurts at Alabama, where it's like
Yeah.
um, the Vanderbilt's
Alabama,
guy's like,
you're next.
Alabama, you're next,
Well,
and then he's
technically
like,
he is
well,
they are next.
theoretically they are next on our schedule. That's exactly how I feel about this fight. Like theoretically, Waldo Cortez Acosta could win, but it's not gonna happen. I'm going Ryan Span, round one sub,
Round
plus one
one.
forty
Wow.
money line, hammer that, plus 140, dude. I like if this was a Ryan Span coming off that, who was it? Maybe that Guskov loss or the Anthony Smith loss, then yeah.
It'd be different.
But dude, Span against OSP really impressed me.
Yeah, he looked good.
Really impressed me. St. Preux beat Kennedy like in the fight before that. St. Preux beat Kennedy Nzechukwu, which I forgot to mention. He's on my do not bet list after that too. I bet him against OSP, and he fucked me on that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. So
Spam
and
plus
then
145, I love.
he comes out and he subs OSP first round. Like I was really impressed by that, and I think he can do the same thing against Cortez Acosta here. So yeah,
Span by sub plus 400.
wow, wow. I don't know. I don't know if I want to throw that much money on the method, but
Yeah,
like I really like Span here.
I do like it.
So yeah, we'll
Um,
see.
yeah,
Um,
I'm excited for that fight though. Should be decent.
yeah, this next one,
Who's up
I
next?
mean, I can't even find odds for this on the UFC page. Like I'm just really not sure what to expect here. It's Sungwoo Choi against Kevin
Vallejos.
Vallejos.
Yeah,
I
dude, I love Vallejos
You like Vallejos a lot?
a lot, dude. Um, he had I saw him have that nasty TKO round one in the Contender Series,
Hmm.
but he fought Gene Silva back in 2023 in the Contender Series. I mean,
Oh yeah, I forgot about
he
that. That
lost
is
to him
right.
decision, but like that's a good
That's
fight
a
to have
good
under his
loss to
belt.
have.
To
That is a
have under
good
your
loss
belt.
to have.
Yeah.
I'm
I
yeah.
like him a lot.
I like Vallejos a lot here.
He's got sneaky
Um
power too. Um, odds, you said you couldn't find odds. Vallejos is minus
uh
600.
okay. Um I like at that value it's not really worth throwing anything on it, but like um I still like Vallejos a lot here.
Yeah.
And fuck, I don't want to fall into the trap of picking round two too much. I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
go round one. Fuck it,
I
I'm
have
going round one.
I have Vallejos round two. KO round two.
Okay. I'm gonna
So
go KO round one. Like we'll just keep it simple. Like I don't Sungwoo Choi is not good.
no,
So I think
not
Kevin
good at all.
Vallejos can do a job here.
Yeah.
Get him out of there in one. Um and we'll see. Um yeah, hopefully
I like Vallejos. I think he's gonna have a nice win.
yeah.
Decent prospect
Um
there at featherweight.
okay. Let's see who's next here.
It's
Bro.
the Yar.
Renson Ribeiro,
Yeah,
DR Nergoze.
yeah.
Okay. Um uh
Nurgaze,
what do I want
just
to
one of
pick?
those guys.
Like
Um,
I'm gonna pick Nergis, I think. But I just don't know how I want him to win. I don't have the method down yet. Okay,
I have
I think I'm
I
just
have
gonna
round one KO.
yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with that actually. It's just gonna
Ribeiro's
be
chinny.
what was his last fight again? Did he get
His
knocked out by Zhang?
well, no, his last fight was a split decision by
Decision against
Machado.
Kyle Machado, that's
Yeah,
right. Wow. And then Magomed Gadyazulov and Ming Yang Zhang. Wow.
dude,
Split
Ming
decision winner
Yang
with Kyle
Zhang
Machado is good for
is
them.
tough. I had a feeling I picked Ozzy Diaz in our podcast, and then I switched my mind.
Yeah,
But that's a tough loss for Ozzy Diaz, Ming Yang. Like he's a good fighter. Like
he is.
he's a good prospect up there. Um,
It's a bad loss for Jordan Santos, but we didn't really touch on that because he
yeah,
was a fuck. Um,
I got
I'm picking a lot of
Nergaze.
round ones actually.
I got Nergaze round one. My first round
Okay,
one of the
if
card.
I
I got
pick,
that.
if I pick a finish for the rest of this card, I can't have it be round one. Okay,
Dude, you
well,
have
don't
so
worry.
many
No,
finishes.
this is not going to be a finish here. Next fight, Damon Blackshear, Cody Gibson. I'm just gonna say it outright. I got Blackshear decision. Um,
Okay,
yeah, I like Blackshear a lot.
I like
I
Blackshear.
thought his fight against Mario Bautista, he won the fight. They didn't give him the decision, but he won the fight. I remember, and he took that on a week's notice. After getting a twister sub, one of the first twist. I think there's maybe been like I think it might have been either the first or like there's been like only like one other like twister subs. Actually, no, I think there was a twist. I think TKZ did a twister sub, or he might have been the one getting subbed. I don't know, but there was like Blackshear had knocked some crazy submission, and then in his next fight, he fought against Mario Bautista, and I thought he won that fight, even though they gave Bautista the decision.
Dude,
So
I
I
was
think
so high
Blackshear is
on Blackshear going into Montel
really
Jackson.
fucking good. Yeah,
I
but
had Blackshear, but then he
I
just
was
got
also really high on Montel.
yeah,
So
got
him getting
smashed.
knocked out like that was like disappointing, but like it was also like I like Montel is just fucking different.
Yeah, I got
Last win against Cody Stamann in a sub, really good. Like Blackshear is just such a tricky grappler, man.
yeah,
He's
he is.
so good. He made Mario Bautista look bad on the ground. And Mario Bautista, I'm not saying Mario Bautista is like this crazy grappler because that fight against Jose Aldo was bullshit, and I'm never gonna stop talking about that until the day that I fucking die. But um, like he's still capable, he's still very more than capable on the ground, and
Yeah.
fucking Blackshear really schooled him there. So I'm really excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, I got Blackshear by sub round 2.
Yeah, I could
His
see
ground
that.
game is so good. I just don't think Cody Gibson can stands really a chance with Blackshear. I think Blackshear by sub here round 2.
That's fair. All right, next fight, tricky one. Hernandez
Yeah,
Holoball.
I like Hernandez by decision here. Just seems like a Hernandez decision type of fight. Holabog is he's not a good fighter. I'm gonna be honest.
No,
Hernandez isn't anything special either, in my opinion. But he looked decent against Austin Hubbard his last fight. He has that nice win
yeah,
against Jim Miller. I mean he has a ton of losses though. Like Damon Jackson lost decision is like, dude,
that's rough.
yeah. But
Dude, Hernandez was like the next big thing at one point.
yeah,
You remember who was it? Who did he beat? Dude, he's been on like a crazy losing streak. Um,
yeah. He's had some
no.
he knocked out Dariush in
Yeah, that's what
2018.
I'm saying. Like he knocked out Dariush, and then he got a win over Olivier Aubin Mercier, and then he got rushed into a fight against Cerrone, and then Cerrone knocked him out.
Yeah.
Like he
But
was like when he first came into the UFC, he was supposed to be the next big
he's been
thing, and
fighting
he
for a
just like
while.
he never got better.
Yeah.
So, um, but I still think that he's gonna rebound here, and
Same.
he's going to pick up the decision win. Um, yeah, there's not really much to say about it other than Hernandez isn't great, but Holoball's worse,
Yeah.
and that's really how I'm feeling going into this fight. Um, next we got Njokuani Zaleski dos Santos.
It's a decent scrap. Um,
I mean, it's a co-main event. It's very underwhelming, but
yeah.
it is a solid fight.
I got Zaleski dos Santos by decision here.
Decision.
Yeah.
I agree with
I
Zaleski dos
can't see him
Santos.
finishing Jokawani.
I think he's just a grinder. I think he grits away. I think he grits his way to a finish in round three. I'm gonna go KO round three.
Okay.
I think he just finds a like. I think I really. I feel like this is going to be a lopsided. Like the first two rounds are going to be kind of
Dude, he
lopsided for
has some
Zaleski.
good wins.
Like I know that's what I really think that these odds are very good for him. I'm definitely throwing this in my parlay too.
Yeah.
Even the Rude Boy Brown fight against the Rude Boy Brown fight I thought debatably. Dude, what was November 9th, 2024? What card was that? Hold on. Oh, that was Magny Prates. Holy fuck. Okay. I was about to say, dude, I keep seeing all these fights on it
Yeah.
when I look back at the historical fights. But yeah, win over Saint Denis, win over Abubakar Nurmagomedov, split draw against Renat, and then he loses to
Dude,
Rude Boy Brown,
Renat.
but like it's Rude Boy Brown, and that was a really good fight too.
Yeah.
And then he beats Scroggin. Like dude, he's good, man. Dos Santos is good.
He is
I
good.
really like Chidi. His hold on. His last fight was against Gooden, right? Yeah, he got
Yeah.
a nice decision over Gooden.
Yeah, he has some nice
But
wins. Like,
I just don't see it here.
yeah. I
Like
like
he
Zaleski dos Santos.
KO lost to Oleksiejczyk round one. That's not great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Zaleski dos Santos, and I think he grits out a finish in round three. Um, I think he's got a lot of solid wins under his belt, and I think Chidi just
Yeah.
is not that great. So I'm very surprised at these odds, honestly. Like I think this is crazy value to be found.
Yeah.
Main event now.
Just
What we've all been waiting for. Marvin Vettori, Roman Dolidze 2. We've all been waiting for this fight.
if you were wondering what Vettori's been up to, he's been linking with big booty Latinas down in Miami, he says in his latest interview. Dude, I absolutely hate Vettori. Like,
He's such a
genuinely
tool,
not a
dude.
fan. Such a tool. Um, I think I got Dolidze winning here in the rematch. I got him.
Wow.
I got him winning by decision. He's looked decent in his past couple fights. He hung in there with Imavov. Um, he beat Anthony Smith. I mean, Anthony Smith's a joke. Um, the Holland win was, I mean, it was injury, but he looked decent. I think Vittori's layoff is gonna affect him. This is like a totally decision fight. Like this is has decision written all over it, and I have him coming back. Rematch, second fight between these two. I got Dolidze by decision.
I'm different from you here.
Really?
Dolidze is one of those fighters that I should have mentioned on my do not bet list because I bet
Uh,
him against Imavov because I thought Imavov was shit after
yeah.
that Strickland loss, and then Imavov just proceeded to shit on him for 5 rounds. So I, I'm I'm not picking against him solely because of that, but that certainly is influencing my thinking here. I just think Vittori's bad. He's not bad enough to lose to Dolidze yet. I don't think like
I don't think
Anthony
Dolidze
Smith
is
and
that
Kevin
bad.
Holland.
I don't know.
I don't. I'm not saying he's that bad, but I think he beats up on bad fighters.
Yeah.
I think that's what, and I don't think Vittori's at that level yet. Like Cannonier loss, yeah, it's like it was rough, but I think that was more Cannonier's just fucking good.
Yeah, he's good.
Like like even when he's losing to like Kaio and Imavov, like dude, those are just tough prospects. Like he came back and he got a fucking great knockout win over RoboCop. I don't think Cannonier is anywhere close to done, and I think at that moment when he fought Vittori, he was like he was he was peaking. I'm honestly surprised that they gave Vittori this fight, because Vittori gets a ranked matchup, yet Cannonier gets fucked and becomes a gatekeeper after he brutally destroys Vettori. Most middleweight strikes in a fight in UFC history.
Yeah.
Um, just completely weird matchmaking. But I'm just gonna lean Vettori here. He beat him once. He can probably do it again.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know. Like I don't think Vettori's at Kevin Holland or Anthony Smith level yet. What?
No, I just saw the bed like shaking
Oh,
up and down.
dude, my boy's. I'm under. I'm in it. I'm recording on my boy's desk, and he's like shaking around in his bed, so I'm
What is he
yelling up.
doing up there? Fooling around a little?
He's got his iPad up there. His phone died and it won't turn on.
His midday little fun.
I dude, his phone died and it won't turn on.
And you're making a
I
big trip. That's not ideal.
yeah, very suboptimal,
Yeah.
honestly. So his only way of communication is through iPad.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right,
but yeah, Vittori,
I got a little
Vittori decision.
sneaky parlay of the week.
Here we go.
I don't think you're gonna like it, but I got plus 1,790 odds on DraftKings.
Wow,
Four leg parlay. Leg one, Vallejos by KO minus 175.
that's good
I
value.
like that
Wow,
value. I like that value. Leg two, Nurgaze by KO minus 110. Leg three, Hernandez and Hollabog to start round three minus 250.
mm, okay. I mean, like, it's free. It's an odds booster, but it's not great odds.
Not great odds, but
Yeah,
you could do decision as well. I'm just like a little afraid like Hernandez stops it in round three somehow.
yeah.
And then leg four, Dolidze by decision. Not great, but I could definitely see it happening. Plus 350.
Ooh,
I like those odds a
all right.
lot for that. I don't know. I'm not a big Vettori fan. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's my parlay of the week. I mean, I wouldn't tail. I haven't hit a bet since friggin' weeks. So
All right, we're gonna rock it. Parlay of the week. Let's go. Ryan Span plus money. I love this. I need it. We all need it. It's been a rough go.
yeah,
I'm gonna go to throw another leg in there. I want Lima and Barres to go to the decision. One minus 195.
okay.
That's what that is at. Um, I like Zaleski dos Santos. Um,
Oh,
these odds on Flip are bad, but they're
what?
definitely better on DraftKings. Um, I want to
What?
go
No.
Hernandez, Calaba to decision, and then I'm gonna throw in Vettori. That's five legs for 11.43. $1 wins you 12.43. $10 would win you 120 bucks. So for those watching at home, tail this. You win some money. Ryan Span, Andre Lima to go decision, or like just the fight. I mean, you can pick Lima decision. I think that would just basically be the same effect, except the odds would be boosted. Zaleski to Santos money line. Hernandez Hollabad to go the distance. Do not pick a fighter in that. Honestly, it's not really worth it. Just go the distance, and then Vettori over Dolidze. That's five legs. 1,143. Probably even better on DraftKings. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's what we're rocking with here.
yeah. I'm starting to think
Let's
not
just
to
place
touch
that.
the main event.
I mean, at this, like, I don't know. I'd be kind of thinking like that, but I'm like, if I'm gonna bet on something, I might as well bet on
Bet on
it.
the
Like,
main
dude,
event. Yeah,
there's nothing else on this card that really is worth looking at.
yeah.
But yeah, parlay of the week, and now home stretch here. We're gonna hit our parlay of the week. No, not parlay of the week. What am I saying? Top five UFC walkouts closing segment. Here we go.
Yes.
My
I,
co-host can lead off with
I'm
this one.
excited for this one.
Yeah.
Should I go? I'll go five up.
So up from five. Okay.
I kind
Yeah.
of like that because then it like leads into the main.
Yeah.
I got an honorable mention here.
All right.
Just have to put it out there. Um, Brandon Moreno
Did it track the five?
didn't crack the five. Um,
Wow.
love the
Hold
song
on.
Ella Bella, Ella Bella Sola. Um,
Nice pronunciation, man.
yeah, my bad. Uh, nah,
All
just a
right.
great song, great walkout. Didn't crack the top
Well,
five. I was kind of surprised. Um, my fifth, Patty Pimlet, Heads Will Roll. Dude,
that is actually
so
electric. I didn't even
electric.
think about that one. I didn't
So
even think about
electric.
that one.
So electric. Him coming out in London to that, doing his little hand gestures, so electric.
Yeah.
I'm actually so hyped for him to come out in Miami.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be
nuts.
nuts. So that takes my fifth spot. Um, fourth spot, a little surprise here. Ian Gary, Layla.
Oh,
That is a
that is a good one.
banger song. Just fits his walkout. I love the like. I've always been a big Gary fan. After the Cuck news, like it kind of dropped off, but um, but he's my four. I like Layla a lot. Good song.
Hmm.
Top three was tough. Um, but three spot I go Ilya Taporia.
That's
Dude,
fair.
the song is so good. Um, he's singing it. He's just walking out. You know he's about to knock someone out. Um, such a good song. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce it because I'm gonna butcher. But um, great walkout, great song, great fighter. That's my three spot. Two, superstar Sean O'Malley.
Like
Dude, such a good
like
walkout.
I knew I knew
Yeah,
we were gonna do it.
yeah, such a good walkout.
It's a fine walkout. Yeah.
Um, fine.
Solid. I mean,
So
like
tough. Song's good.
it's a good walkout.
So those are my two, three, four, five. My number
And then let's
one,
hear the number one.
my number one goes to Alexander Volkanovski, Down Under. That is a banger. So good.
We
Just
come from the land down under.
love Volk. Um, One of my favorite
That song
fighters.
is fire.
Such a good song. Like Walkout and like just listening to, just a banger song.
Yeah.
So that's my top five. Volk one, O'Malley two, Ilya three, Gary four, Patty Pimlet five, and an honorable mention to my boy Brendan Moreno.
All right. Here's how we rocking. Honorable mention. For me, I'm gonna go Alex Pereira. Not necessarily because of the song, but just because I feel like the whole like when Pereira does a walkout, like it's like an event. Like
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it's kind of recency bias, but like the little the bow and arrow towards his opponent in the
screaming.
fucking octagon, the whole screaming, like it feels like it's just like a sort of energy associated with like a Pereira walkout that I feel like he does more like better than anyone else. I mean, it's just like the song itself is like whatever, so it's not really like I can't really put it up there with the rest of these, but I think that one is one that definitely deserves to be mentioned. And I thought about putting it up here, but I didn't in the end. Five, I'm gonna go with my co-host honorable mention here, Brandon Moreno, Ella Baila Sola. Um,
Ella Beazola.
incredible,
Hey.
incredible song choice. Peso Pluma, shout out him. Especially when he walked out to that Mexico City, right? Yeah, when he walked out to that Mexico City, nuts. Um, just a fantastic song, and I think it really fits Brandon as well. I really like that clip of him and what's that one chick's name? Nina
Nina,
Drama.
yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah, 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 yeah.
he's like singing the song.
That's a
Those
fire intro for an edit too.
dude, I've seen so many edits where it's like, compa, and he's singing the song,
Oh,
que le parece ese amor,
yeah.
and then boom, like it just cuts to the actual song, and then Brandon Moreno's just knocking someone out. So, yeah, tough fighter, tough walkout. Yeah. Um, Next is I'm gonna take my co-host number three spot here. I'm gonna put it at four. Ilia Topuria. I think he's also one of those guys who like Pereira, not like with his theatrics, I guess, but like when he just walks out, there's like a certain level of like energy
Yeah.
that he like brings to it that I really like. I forget what the song is. What's the song's name? I don't even.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna even try this.
Canción del Mariachi,
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas.
Banger
Yeah,
song.
it's a good song.
Really good.
It's a really good song, especially like it with when he's like repping the Spanish flag. Super fire. I
Marador.
always love to see that. From Taporia. So yeah, I think that's a really strong four. Number three, I like this a lot. Dustin Poirier, shine bright like a
Oh,
diamond. Shine bright like a
yes.
diamond.
Dude, that's a banger.
I almost forgot
I
about it.
forgot about
And
it.
then yeah, I looked up Dustin's walkout and I'm like, holy shit, yeah,
Dude, his
this is
walkout
fire as
against
fuck.
Islam, unreal.
Yeah,
With the mix of the
I'm
guy.
dude. I don't know if I'm gonna be ready for the last Dustin Poirier
Yeah,
walkout. That's tough.
facts.
But
That's
yeah,
a good
shine
three
bright like a
spot.
diamond. Um, Fantastic, super fitting for the guy who's the diamond in the rough. Dustin Poirier, no one better. So yeah, um, number two, I'm gonna take my co-host's one spot, slide it at the two. Volkanovski, Len Down Under, fantastic song. Super catchy.
Yeah, it's a good
Volk
one.
always just has fun with it. Um, love seeing him walk out to it. It's just great. Um, yeah, there's not really much to say. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I've had the best memories with that song because
True. True.
he's usually it follows or no, it comes before a unanimous decision win for Volkanovski
We're a
against
little
my favorite fighter. So
yeah.
yeah, we're just gonna slot that in at two. Um Big shocker, stayed away from my bias in this one. I did not put Holloway on this list. I feel like he has solid walkouts. None of them were spectacular enough to really make this list. My number one spot. He's retired now. I'm still gonna count it. The Korean Zombie, Zombie by
Oh,
the Cranberries.
yes.
Number one, undisputed for me.
That's a
Um,
banger, dude. That's
his
gas. Yeah, that's a good
his
one.
last walkout against Max Holloway in Singapore when he came out to Zombie
Yeah, that's a good one.
was the most like chilling walkout I've ever seen in my life. The energy of that crowd was nuts, and just knowing that it was going to be the last time that we would ever see um Zombie walk out to that song just made the entire moment like feel that much more special.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really love that one, and I really think that holds a special place in my heart as the undisputed best walkout. Hey, Coda, if you're watching this, get us right with these
Yeah, these
clips.
clubs
Find
gotta be
clips of these
cooking,
walkouts,
boy.
dude. Find clips of these walkouts. Edit
Yeah,
them into
that'd
the
be
TikTok.
sick. That'd be sick.
Bang, bang, would be sick.
Yeah, it would be.
Um, but yeah, talked a lot of UFC,
Good
top five
pod.
UFC walkouts, and now we reached the end of the pod. We weren't gonna do an episode this week, but we decided to do the episode
Kind of
today
made sense too.
instead.
Yeah.
And then
Break next week,
we're gonna fade. We're gonna fade next week. Unfortunately, it would have been better to talk about UFC London than this card, but
but
we're just gonna fade that due to some unexpected visitors arriving for my co-host here. And then after that, I guess
we can recap
we'll
London
recap London
and
on
preview
our next
Mexico.
podcast, preview Mexico,
Makes
and
sense.
we'll also recap the unexpected visitors arriving
Yeah, hopefully we're still
with
alive.
Mr.
Hopefully
Who knows?
hopefully my liver's still kicking, but
Um, but yeah, I'm Mauricio Palmer.
Luke
That's Luke
Stefankowitz,
Stefankowitz
good ep.
coming at you live from Chicago and
Jersey, dirty
Blair Academy.
dirty Jers. It's a wrap.
Hopefully, you guys tail our parlays, make some money,
No, don't
and
tell me.
we'll catch y'all. Yeah, don't tell him. He's a serial loser.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah,
Peace.
episode 2. We'll catch y'all in 2 weeks. 2 weeks for UFC Mexico. See y'all.